All right, we said we were bringing an old friend back in here today. Let's bring him through one of the most creative guys that we've ever had the opportunity to meet and work with. It's Fred. Fred, the UCB Fred, who was our intern.
I didn't know what his name was, so we just called him Fred.
Fred!
On a horse.
UCB Fred.
Hi, guys.
Looking fantastic. A little more hair than the last time we saw you.
Haven't been able to afford a haircut, so I've just been letting it grow, and
that breaks my heart.
It's not bad. It's
By the way, every time anything up?
Nothing crazy urgent out. There was no reason for her to text me to say call her.
No idea why it happened now?
It's just a possible booking, that's all.
Write it down for me.
Okay.
But it's not like today.
No, not today, no.
Okay.
Wasn't that urgent? I don't know why.
If you should, for her, use the foreigner song Urgent as your ringtone, so it just rings away. Fred, every time I pick up any entertainment news, the people from UCB are doing something else big.
Yeah. The world is catching on, and they are snatching up people, as fast as they can.
When is Fred next? That's what I want to know.
Probably soon. Actually, I'm doing some really cool stuff with the UCB right now.
Like what?
I'm working on some animations and videos. I actually just did an animation for a show they have. They have a show once a month called Animated Stories, where people get up and they tell stories, and they have guests and celebrities, and then in a month they animate them, and then they show them the next month. And I did that for...
Would you invite me to that stuff?
Well, I didn't know if it was going to be any good. I
want to go even see your bad stuff.
All right.
I want you to think of me as that aunt that even when you do something awful, I'm going to say, "Oh my God, I saw Fred up there. There's Fred. That's my Freddy."
Well, the video should be online tomorrow. It's going to be up on ucbcomedy.com.
Well, you did I think your first claim to fame was the cartoon that you did for Mike, right?
Yeah, that was like the first thing. That really catapulted me off into...
Where you still can't afford a haircut.
Well, the catapult didn't go very far, but it got far enough, and I picked myself up, and I'm walking down that road that,
I love it. You keep walking, kid, because it's going to happen for you. Mike Birbiglia is who we're talking about, and he is now... got the hot indie film out. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet, but he was there all this weekend at the IFC Center doing questions and answers with Ira Glass, and it was like a huge success, and they beat the Avengers this week.
Finally, they said they were out to beat the Avengers.
Yeah, and they did.
Now, they didn't beat the Avengers like opening week. They beat the Avengers this week.
No, they beat the Avengers, this week.
That's fantastic.
Which is...
All right, that's,
pretty fucking
quite the success story.
Yeah.
Now, anyone who listened to this show for a while knew that we never liked anybody as much as we did Fred. And we said, Fred, we want you to be with us. And you said, yeah, but I want to make it as a UCB guy and a cartoonist. And I don't even want to do this as my whole... And we said, look, whatever we can do with you, we want to do. And I actually said to him, I don't want to stop the stuff that you're doing because I think it's going to work out, but I want you to be with us too. And finally, we got Fred to say yes, which is ridiculous because you don't have to talk people into taking a job in this industry. But we actually ourselves had to bend a little bit. And Rob Cross was like, oh my God, Fred, would that you guys like somebody? That's great because we have this reputation of taking too long before we bring somebody in. We're like, no, we already got the kid. It's Fred. And then Rob says, yes, it's Fred. And we were all jumping up and down. And then he went to his boss. And his boss said, yes, it's Fred. It's Fred. This is all great. And we're all happy. And then HR, human resources.
I'd like to put the quotes around human.
Okay, in human resources.
Yes.
Came up with a glitch in Fred's past.
Yes.
That kept him from being able to work here. And apparently you were a child molester or you were selling
was
drugs
not
to
child
nuns.
murderer.
Something
I'm
so
serial killer.
horrible.
Well, I know that's not true. You can be a child molester and work here.
That is true.
It's not.
That's actually true. Well, this is what have we ever had a problem before with anyone's background check?
No. With the background.
They've taken a long time. I know sometimes they'll take months, and we get angry and everything.
Oh, it can take a while, but no like fucking serious problem. Just the fucking bullshit. It takes a long time to get signatures.
So basically, there was a glitch in Fred's past where you may not have been getting a college credit when you interned for us. Mm-hmm. So that came back. I think it was Rob who alerted us, or somebody, maybe even Zito, who alerted us that says, look, we have a problem. Maybe Fred didn't get a credit. And I go, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Let's get going. And that one issue kept you from being here with us.
Yeah. I was devastated afterwards.
Well, we all were. And it took months to even get to that point because my bosses said, well, it doesn't seem like a big deal. And then it was becoming a big deal. So we called our agent, and he's like, well, that's not a big deal. I'll get it done. Everybody that we talked to, except for human resources, who apparently held on to this thing. And then, some of the bosses started getting turned around, and they were going, we do have to be careful because, background check. And I'm like, well, he's not going to ever hold any money. He's not going to do anything. He couldn't possibly hurt the company.
It's not going to happen.
And the other side of it that I said was, that's the exact kind of kid that I want working here. I want the kind of kid who might fudge his internship so he could come in to a building for free.
Bust his ass for free.
There's this old story about Steven Spielberg that when he was like 19, 20 years old, he used to put on a white shirt and tie and a jacket and carry a briefcase and go take the Universal tour and get on the tram. And at a certain point, he would just get off the tram and go walking around like he worked in Universal and go into different offices.
That's not right. Where was human resources to stop him?
Yeah, that's weird. But he would be like, hey, does anybody need any help here? I'll be right down the hall. Just trying to be around it.
Just meet anyone and just try to get into it.
Yeah. And in all sincerity, Rob felt the same way. Gary felt the same way. Like, we talked to everybody. Everyone on the programming side got it. But human resources holds over VPs.
They're the fucking bosses.
In the Spielberg example, it would be like HR then said Spielberg wouldn't be allowed to make Jaws.
That's exactly where I was going with that, Fez. I was actually thinking to myself, we never would have got the guy who made Jaws.
What about Jurassic Park?
There's another one, Jurassic Park, he wouldn't have made. Any more?
War of the Worlds, the remake.
All right, War of the Worlds, he wouldn't have got to make.
No.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List, another one. Anyone else?
Close Encounters.
Close Encounters.
He wouldn't have been able to produce a whole bunch of movies.
Like what?
Transformers.
Hook? Yeah.
Transformers, Hook.
Indiana Jones.
All these things wouldn't have happened if they would have made a big deal about this kid.
Warhorse. We would have Warhorse.
Oh.
All right. I still haven't seen it, so.
I'm just saying, it would have been made.
Without ruining it for me, does Warhorse live or die?
I guess it lives and then becomes Secretariat.
Okay, good. Then I will see it.
Munich. More Jew movies. What?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
So we were all frustrated with that. But here's what I believe. I want you to understand this. You're so funny. You're so unique. You're so peculiar. You are going to work on a big stage one day. And I'm so happy that you're with the UCB people because that shit's taken off.
Yeah, this is like a dream.
Is it?
What I was doing before was also a dream, and then it's like I woke up from that dream, but then I started dreaming again. So So I'm in like a dream state now.
You have
So
the nods.
your old dream was a bad dream.
It was a good dream, and then it turned into a bad dream. And
Well,
then,
good.
Then I woke up.
So now, do you know whether you want to be an actor or a cartoonist?
I like being a cartoonist, but I like being I don't know if I like scripted work. I liked improvised work.
Improvised cartoons.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to develop something with some friends that are cartoons based on improvised.
I love that.
performances.
Well, here's. I just want to show you two characters.
Okay.
I'm working on. I call it Little Baby and the Mean Old Man.
Okay.
I don't kind of. Shut the hell up! I'll kill you, baby. No. I'll kill you, baby.
I love those two.
Scene. It ends. I probably shouldn't even give this away, but it ends with the old man actually urinating on the baby. Now, here's the funny part: the baby, because it's like kind of a rascal. It takes soap and starts acting like it's showering. It's just like rubbing his armpit
Wow.
during the piss. Just kind of show like it will turn anything into a good situation.
That's kind of disgusting, though. Just take a piss shower.
It's a resilient baby, I guess.
I should probably point this out. This cartoon that I make is not going to be safe for work.
Doesn't sound like it. Piss baby.
And
Some
it's,
of them
doves.
probably won't even be home. Yeah, Piss Baby. The thing that's great about it is every week it ends up in piss. Whether
Every fucking week.
every week, whether it's its own piss
Yeah.
or somebody else's piss.
That's the excitement of watching each episode. Where's the piss going to come from this week?
That's the thing. You don't know. You hope, like, is this going to be the first episode? There's no piss. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you'll think, like, oh, there's the piss, but it's lemonade. And they're like, oh okay, lemonade's just spilling
I
on them.
wish it was piss.
Yeah.
For like one episode, you're like, where's the piss? And it gets
Right.
to the very end, zooms out. They've been in piss the whole time. They're in like a giant piss jar.
Yeah. And then, of course, the old man is always like, piss, baby, get out of that piss. How many times I got to tell you, stay out of that piss, you piss, baby? And the fun thing, it's so much better than my other idea was Earth 2, the films that wouldn't have been made if Steven Spielberg would have gotten in trouble
E.T.
for getting off the tram.
Tintin.
All right, so many of these are great. And I want to do a parody of Tintin. I call it Piss Piss.
Delightful.
It's kind of... And like, if it starts... I've got an idea for another character called Pissy, and he comes around and hangs out with Piss Bailey. Pissy too! You know, it's like... It's kind of hacky, but I think the younger kids will like it. And sometimes he teaches kids, like, how to count and what the letter D is for.
Dick.
That's where piss comes from.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Damn it, Piss Baby! Now you got piss in my eyes! You know, stuff like that.
I like the old man.
The old man,
He's gruff.
I call him a modern day Sanford because I think that's where we're going
The
with
black
this.
guy? This old black old man?
He's black Asian.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because, I mean, we live in a multicultural world.
It's true.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it's... The fact is, with Piss Baby, kids are going to understand that sometimes they can sit and piss. They don't have to be ashamed of it anymore.
You shouldn't sit and piss, though. It's unhealthy.
It's nothing
Right,
worse
that
than
could be a good point.
it's nothing worse than being a child and feeling like you're doing something wrong.
Right, when you're just sitting in your own piss or someone else's.
I feel like I'm doing something bad. I deserve to be punished.
like sometimes he can be like, no, I didn't piss my pants, someone else did. Now this has got to be in color. I know that you work in that kind of black and white comic book shadowy
yeah.
way.
I mean, obviously it would have to be in color.
Right.
You know, the vibrant yellows of the piss and,
Right.
you know.
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I wrote a thing called Piss Cubes. It's it's like ice cubes, but they're done in piss.
Oh, my God.
And it gives them something to suck on.
That's why would you want to suck on piss?
That's piss!
Oh, God. No. You shouldn't suck on piss cubes.
Tell me the truth. Did you freeze piss? Damn you, Piss Baby.
Here's a neat little trick. You put a popsicle on the top.
Yeah.
And you freeze it, and then you have a nice little treat for yourself.
See,
It's not a treat to eat piss.
that's something I want to
Pissicle.
get to when we're marketing. when we're marketing later on, I want the kids to. It'll just be like yellow. We're going to be selling them yellow popsicles that are piss flavored, but aren't really piss.
Oh, to catch that essence of piss.
Yeah. Mike, Indiana, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, you should have the babies start selling the piss on the streets, like you're saying, as an entrepreneur, like you were talking about earlier.
Like it's a drug dealer, but, here's the thing with you, Mike. Drop the last conversation and move on. Move on. Chris, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, I was thinking that, Ron, Piss Baby sounds a lot like your impersonation of Pepper. Is that actually Pepper? Is Piss Baby?
I'm not Piss Baby.
I would like to just say this. My impressions go from A to B. I mean, I am going to cover the waterfront here. Like right now, I'm working on Obama. Hey, everybody, I'm Obama. It's just something I do.
Doesn't sound like Obama.
I got my Dave Letterman.
Oh.
Let's go to the top 10 list. Just stuff that I do that makes, people, that fucker's talented.
It's not always just if it sounds exactly like the person. It's, their character. Does the character come through? Yeah, it does.
I even like to do caricature.
Yeah. Like David Letterman, he does a top 10. I knew exactly I was David Letterman.
Exactly true. Like, that's part of it. I try to hit phrases that people understand.
Yeah. Something
like, see, I'm going to give you an obscure impression and see if you can get it. I've been writing this Declaration of Independence all day. Damn, my hand hurts.
It's Thomas Jefferson.
See, this is the interesting thing. Any voice I do, people can get into. I can go way back, even before recorded history at all.
What? Jesus?
Forgive them, Father, they have sinned. They don't know what I'm doing. But thanks for saying Jesus even before I start to do. Are you going to do like the psychic fucking guy?
Piss
I mean, where else would I be fucking going?
Pharaoh?
Hey, I want you Jews to build me big old.
Pharaoh!
I'm doing the pharaohs that actually start at the ice cream place. Sergio, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Buddies, you can call that those popsicles golden treats. And you could be in the streets be like, yo, I got that golden. Peace!
I kind of like it.
Will this be clean piss popsicles, or will they be like drug popsicles? Like, I'll buy a piss popsicle, give it to a drug test.
It's interesting. You just put it there. If you've got the time for it to melt, it's just sitting in the cup.
Here's my piss. I piss out cold piss.
But it has a stick in it.
That came out too. My dick hole's fucked up.
Oh my God, are you okay?
No.
Steve, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, I'm thinking maybe you could have Brett Favre babysit Piss Baby.
That's really interesting. We are definitely going to put Brett Favre in a couple of our episodes.
Yes.
That would be great.
Favre's the best.
I try to do one impression a year that people like. This year is the Piss Baby and the Mean Old Man. And, like with The Simpsons, the dad, I think, is going to become a bigger character.
Wow.
Well, Fred, I have to say that we miss you, buddy. You were so much fucking fun to work with. And it's so weird when we do Unmasked and shit, and you're not there.
Yeah.
You were able to come to the UCB Unmasked.
That was super fun. I was super thankful you guys invited me to that.
We invited all of them, but today we had a hard time getting you in the building, right?
Yeah, I know. I was on a watch list.
Yeah. You were on a no-fly elevator list.
How? Come on.
They said eventually he can take the steps, but that's it. But I want you to know, Rob Cross is the one who fought to get you off the no-fly list. This side of it, everybody likes you.
Well, thank you to Rob Cross, and I promise not to do anything to harm anybody.
Rob is the guy who came up with "Just Tell Us the Truth, Fred, and everything will be fine."
Yeah.
That worked out.
We never should have let you tell the truth.
Never tell the truth.
I never, for a second, didn't believe that people would say, "Okay, we're really mad at you, but you're going to start working here
on probation or some stupid shit."
Because here's the hard thing: we wouldn't have met Fred if he didn't do that.
Yeah, that's how he got in. Fuck.
And who cares to go back to see if his old teachers liked him? We liked him.
Yeah, what's it matter? Like, he's been approved to fucking be the dude. And then fucking almighty fucking HR. Cock.
Really, really. And it's not so much that we didn't get what we wanted, but for this young man not have a chance to keep working on his career really fucking pissed me off, because there's a cruelty involved in that. It's not a safety issue. That's a cruelty issue, that somebody felt like they didn't do their job early on and now they're going to make people pay for it. But they made a kid pay with his career. And I don't know. See, I came from a time of working in radio where we basically hired whoever followed the van back. You know what I mean? We're like, that idiot is hanging around here all the time. Let's hire him. Billy the Phone Freak was just this weird kid who used to illegally get us phone numbers of all kinds of stuff. And we hired him. Dave was a guy who was just, hanging around with his hot dog cart out front, and we're like, there's something about that hot dog cart guy that's funny. Now look at him. He's got one of the biggest podcasts in the history of the planet Earth.
Dave Mack Sports Program.
And he is turning NPR around.
90.5 night.
Dave McDonald does a show called, I believe it's called This American Life, that when you listen to it, you're like, Dave is so smart during the show. I don't know how he pulled it off.
Different NPR show.
He just produced a movie with Mike Birbiglia. It's doing very well.
He is. I believe I have the movie at home.
Really?
Yeah. Because they send me movies.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, I live a just a wonderful life of sent movies.
Wish I could live that life.
You were on your way.
I was on my way. But
you see, Fez, that could have been you, right there. That could have been your life. You'd have been leading the Fez Watley life.
Well,
I always saw you as a young Fez Watley.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rob, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, if you're still talking about Piss Baby, I had an idea. Maybe Piss Baby could find a few other guys who formed a glam rock band. They call themselves Piss.
It's kind of like a Kiss thing, but it's all songs about piss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
I really like it.
And one's like the piss robot, and one's the piss cat, and one's the piss fucking star.
And he just sticks his tongue out into a jar of piss, and he's just laughing about using his giant tongue.
Okay, now we're thinking. We're brainstorming this stuff. And what happens, I believe, when we make each other laugh in the room, okay, then we take that out and everyone's going to laugh. That's our philosophy. If we find it funny, we believe our audience will. And no little kid isn't crazy about piss. I mean, it's really one of the first big jokes that you have when you're a child. You're like, I just thought of an hysterical joke, piss. Like your friends are laughing, and they'll be like this, you're fucking good, dude. Seriously. I mean, some of us are funny, but you actually have a talent. What phrase... What? Stop the piss picture. I'm trying to do a fucking radio show,
big
dude.
bucket of piss on the screen.
Who would even upload that? Who would upload?
It's like a
giant fucking hot bucket of piss.
Crushed can of Modelo
That
next to
person
it.
doesn't look healthy.
Let me move along. Well, no, piss is never going to look good when you got a big bucket of it.
It's like
it's going to
paint
eventually
bucket.
turn dark.
If you're pissing that much too, it's probably something wrong.
I don't know.
It's a lot of piss.
They say you're supposed to piss a lot.
Maybe it's fucking over like a week.
A whole bucket with
Keep going back to that piss
Fez
bucket.
kept his piss for us one time.
Yeah.
And he had just gallons and gallons of it over the course of a week.
It was 12.5 gallons in a week.
sheetrock buckets full of piss.
And Fez, it was darker than we were comfortable with.
darkest night.
And then they actually said, Fez cannot bring those gallons of piss in. That's when we knew we were having...
Bullshit. Bullshit. He's bringing that piss in here if he fucking wants to.
That's when we knew we were having trouble.
We're paint the walls of this place.
I
in
actually
piss.
had to tell Rob,
enough.
well, he's just going to take pictures of the piss at home. That's where the piss will be.
Couldn't get the piss off the no-fly list.
So they like you better than piss.
That's good.
You're better than a bucket of piss.
We're making progress. just takes time, you know.
Bob, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, hey, Ron, I was thinking maybe during Sweeps Week you bring in Baby Snoots to have an adventure with Piss Baby.
See, Baby Snoots is like my Matt Groening rabbit thing. That you know what I mean? Like, I thought was it, but it really wasn't. And I've just adjusted it. I really hate the fact that a lot of my stuff seems to be baby fucking based. I wish I could just get out of that.
Hey, you got an adult in this one. You got that old man.
Well, after my failure of Earth 2 Steven Spielberg, the man who accomplished nothing, that's what I called it.
Band of Brothers.
You know, one time I met a lot of the real Band of Brothers when I was out in L.A.
Oh, shit.
They were all staying in the same hotel as me. And they were like, they based Band of Brothers. And I'm like, okay, I got my own shit I'm doing out here. I'm in and out. I don't want to hear about World War II all the
Amazing
time.
stories.
Thanks for winning. I hope you're not on IMDb doing this because no one remembers Amazing Stories.
I liked Amazing Stories.
You did?
Yeah, he had that one with the fucking World War II pilot drew the. They had no landing gear, so he drew landing gear, and it became real, and they were able to save everyone. It's the only one I remember.
Did we put that magic trick up? Did you see the magic trick?
No, I didn't.
It's playing cards. It takes forever, so just leave it on in silence.
Okay.
But what happens, the guy does a magic trick.
He's tearing that card in half.
Yeah, he's tearing the card into quarters, and then he starts to draw next to it, and it just takes a while. This guy basically has the same skills as our own Fred, the guy who came up with
I could tear a card in half.
the visual part of Piss Baby.
yeah.
It's called Realism Challenge, a playing card, which is kind of a strange title for this, but I wouldn't have thought of that title myself. Realism Challenge,
Does any
a
piss show up
playing
in
card.
this?
I guess this is part of a series
right.
that we're going to be doing called Realism Challenge. So far we have one.
Challenge you to reality.
Yeah.
It's going to go in the anthology once they're all complete.
Yeah. And you can see that he's like drawing the ripped card next to it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's real fucking cool, dude.
This guy's quite talented. Look at that. It's fucking real good detail work.
Right. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you can learn to do if you don't spend all your time drunk. No offense.
Come on. And that's
Chris,
not all my time drunk.
But this could be you right now.
Shit.
Instead of being drunk, bragging to your friends that you're going to be working on Piss Baby.
Guys, this is fucking piss-related cartoon I'm working on.
Now, look how well
That's
he
fucking pretty good.
draws. It's pretty good.
It's okay.
It fucking bothers me when someone who does something extraordinary.
I don't know. I can obviously tell if that's fake.
And a man with zero talents goes, that's pretty good. Look at it now, Chris.
I guess that's good. Here, king. Here's a fucking crown, a sword.
Look at that at the end. Go back to it, and just at the end, where you can't tell it apart.
Damn, he's drawing the shadows and shit too.
Yes, he's drawing the fucking
The
shadows.
little bent part
That's
on the
what-
edge.
You can open beers with your teeth, so everybody's got a fucking skill.
Yeah.
Look at that. You would not be able to tell the difference, and that's why we call it
Oh, I saw it from the beginning, so I know the one on the right.
the realism challenge.
The shadow on the drawn card is a little dark too. It's
Thank you.
We're
Fred.
going to put up more of his realism challenges as time goes by.
Being challenged by reality. I guess I am challenged by reality a lot of the time.
I don't know. You haven't spent too much time there. You're a fucking tourist in reality. Anytime that you're sober, you always go like this. Is there a place I can put my suitcase?
Fucking vibrant.
Every time that you get fucking blottoed, you yell, this is the real me.
Pretty good work, realism challenge guy. Wonder if he went to school for this. I mean, he's got a ruler and shit.
Yeah. You're so annoying today.
I haven't slept in 2 fucking days. I'm fucking burnt the fuck out.
Meth in town?
No, I just can't sleep. It's like fucking insomnia or something. I'm
Why didn't you
losing my
call me
shit.
last night? I was tossing and turning at 3 fucking o'clock in the morning, curious about the Seahawks.
All right, let's go over draft strategy.
You know what? You know what you have right now? You feel like next Tuesday you're starting school.